Good morning, all. Welcome for the next lecture for the hydrology and water resources engineering, and we are discussing about the soils and crops. And related to that, we are discussing about the crop water requirements for the various crops. And in that, we had seen some of the examples related to the depth of the water, optimum moisture content, and duration of irrigation. That is frequency of irrigation. It is about after how many days we'll go for the irrigation. I think we have solved this example last time. This is for the frequency of irrigation. Again, I think so. This is also for the frequency of irrigation. This is also for the frequency of sorry. This is about a depth of irrigation. Okay, those that part we had seen. Now today we'll go for the another example, which was asked in a university examination in December 16 for 7 marks. Okay, so it is as same as like in a previous examples. Only the data has been got changed. Okay, so December 16, I think so. We have solved one. We have solved this. That May 17 we have to go for. December 16, that example we have solved in the last class only. So today we'll go for this one. Note down. After how many days will you supply water to the soil? That is a clay loam soil. They have given the type of soil here in order to ensure efficient irrigation of the given crop. If field capacity of the soil 27%, permanent wilting point 14%, density of the soil 1.5 gram per cm3, effective depth of root zone 75 centimeters, daily consumptive use of water for a given crop is 11 millimeters. Okay, and they have asked after how many days will you supply the water to the soil. It means they have asked the frequency of irrigation. Okay, that we have to go for this given data. Consumptive use is 11 millimeters. I have converted that to the centimeters 1.1. Then root zone depth is 75 centimeters. Sorry, I have written it as wrongly as a millimeters. Directly they had given is in a centimeters, so I would like to go for directly that 75 centimeters. Okay, then what else remain now? All the things we have written over in 27%, 14%, density we have converted. All those things we did now. Now to calculate what is asked, after how many days will you supply the water to the soil? That is watering interval. That is the frequency of irrigation they have asked to calculate. Now to go for the frequency of irrigation, that is after that duration you want to go for irrigation, that is given by the equation, that is the dw by cu. That is the water which is stored in the soil at a root zone depth. Out of that, the whatever the available moisture is there, that is a dw. We are assuming that. Okay, it is a water depth used by the plants for their growth upon the consumptive use, and that dw we want to calculate. Then will be required to calculate the optimum moisture content, isn't it? And here they have not given us a magnitude, that is after that how much amount of available moisture will be readily available. So we are going to treat that out of available moisture, the readily available moisture is 80%. Sorry, readily available moisture is 80% of available moisture, and to get the available moisture from the soil will be required to go for subtracting the field capacity and the wilting coefficient. That is the wilting coefficient we are going to subtract from the field capacity. It is a 27 minus 14%. That will give us an magnitude as available moisture. So from that available moisture we'll get the optimum moisture content by subtracting the magnitude of readily available moisture from the field capacity. So we'll go one by one. So for dw will be required to calculate firstly optimum moisture content, which is given as field capacity minus readily available moisture. Then as they have not given us the magnitude, that we are knowing that the readily available moisture is ranges between generally ranges between 70 to 80% of available moisture. म्हणजे जेवढी काय अवेलेबल मॉइश्चर असणार आहे फील्ड कॅपॅसिटी आणि विल्टिंग कोइफिशियंट या दोघांच्या मध्यंतरी त्याच्यापैकी 70 ते 80% जे मॉइश्चर कंटेंट असतो तो रेडिली अवेलेबल असतो. ओके, सो we are assuming over here the readily available moisture to the crop is 80% of available moisture. So now available moisture to the crop, that is in between field capacity and wilting coefficient. So Fc minus wilting coefficient. Field capacity is a 27%, that is a 0.27, that is a 27 upon 100 we can say, minus wilting coefficient is a 14%, isn't it? That is a 0.14. Okay, now do the calculations. So that will be 0.13. Please do check the calculations. Is the 0.27 minus 0.13, that is a 0.14. Sorry, 0.27 minus 0.14. 0.27 minus 0.14, that is a 0.13. It means the 13% moisture is available to the crop. Okay, as per the given magnitude of the field capacity and wilting coefficient. Then readily available moisture, we are assuming that it is 80%, so 0.8 or 80% we can say of available moisture, that is a 0.8 into 0.13. So 0.8 into 0.13, it is a 0.104, means only 10.4% moisture of available moisture, which is a 13%, is readily available to the crop, that is for its proper development we can say, or proper growth. Then from that we have to go for the optimum moisture content. There is MO, we can say, we are assuming it as MO, it is optimum moisture, which is a field capacity minus readily available moisture. So Fc minus readily available moisture, field capacity is 27%, so 0.27 minus the readily available moisture is a 0.104. 0.27 minus 0.104, that gives us value as a 0.166. Okay. After getting optimum moisture content, now we have to go for DW. Okay, so how to go for? I have quoted already the formula. That is DW. By the relation, we will go for equation gamma D by gamma W into D, that is root zone depth into field capacity minus optimum moisture content. Okay, so here they had given us the magnitude for the gamma D as a 1.5, here as a 1.5, then upon gamma W as a 1 into root zone depth is 75 centimeters. Root zone depth is 75 centimeters. Field capacity 0.27, and optimum moisture content we have calculated 0.166. Okay, now do the calculations so that you will get the answer herein. It is 1.5 into 75 into 0.27 minus 0.166 is 11.7 centimeters. So this much water depth will be used by the plants or the crop for its proper development. Now after that we have to calculate the frequency of irrigation. Now how to get it? That we are knowing that frequency of irrigation is equals to that depth of the water which is available for the crops upon its consumptive use. म्हणजे जी काही मॉइश्चर डेप्थ आहे जी त्या क्रॉपला इझिली अवेलेबल सॉरी ते क्रॉप युटिलाइज करणार आहे ते आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केलेलं आहे 11.7 सेंटीमीटर्स. आउट ऑफ दॅट the crop is going to use here per day consumptive use as 11 millimeters. Okay, means 1.1 centimeter the crop is going to use over here, isn't it? If that crop is going to use 1.1 centimeters per day and total available is 11.7 centimeters, 11.7 centimeters, then after how many days you will go for the irrigation? It means after utilizing that 11.7 centimeter completely by that crop, we will prefer to go for a irrigation. म्हणजेच काय तर 11.7 by 1.1. Okay, it will give us the magnitude, that is after how many days we'll go for the irrigation, and it gives us a value as 10.636, means 10.64 will go for 10.64 days. Okay, it means after 10.64 days we will be required to go for a irrigation, but we are not going to wait for that 0.64. means म्हणजे काय, समजा तुम्ही सकाळी इरिगेशन केलेलं आहे at morning 8 AM we did a irrigation. It means after a 10 days, we suppose that today is the first of the month we can say, म्हणजे जो नवीन मंथ सुरू झालेला आहे त्याच्या 1 तारखेला आपण इरिगेशन केलेलं आहे आणि ते इरिगेशन आपण सकाळी बरोबर 8 वाजता केलेलं आहे. आणि त्या इरिगेशन मुळे काय होतंय, तर जी काही अवेलेबल मॉइश्चर जी होतीये त्या क्रॉपला, जे क्रॉप युटिलाइज करणार आहे ती 11.7 सेंटीमीटर आहे आणि ते क्रॉप दिवसाला 1.1 सेंटीमीटर एवढं मॉइश्चर युटिलाइज करताय. म्हणजे त्याचा अर्थ काय झाला, तर आपल्याला 10.6 दिवसांनी ते क्रॉप काय करणार आहे, पूर्णपणे 11.7 सेंटीमीटर जी मॉइश्चर आहे ती युटिलाइज करणार आहे. म्हणजेच 10.6 डेज नंतर ना आपल्याला इरिगेशन करावं लागेल. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ काय झाला, जर का आपण फर्स्ट डेला इरिगेशन केलं तर आफ्टर म्हणजे 10 तारखेला म्हणजे सॉरी म्हणजे 10.6 म्हणजे आपले 10 दिवस पूर्णपणे कंप्लीट झाले. क्लिअर? म्हणजे कधी होणार, 10च्या 8ला आपलं कंप्लीट झालं. त्यानंतर ना पुढे 0.6 म्हणजे किती, साधारणतः अर्धा दिवस. अर्धा दिवस म्हणजे काय, 12 hours we can say, near about we are considering here. Means 12 plus 8 means 20, means म्हणजे कुठे झालं ते, रात्रीच्या साधारणतः 8-9 वाजता आपल्याला इरिगेशन करावं लागेल. कधी, 11व्या दिवशी, सॉरी 10व्या दिवशी. परंतु आपण काय करणार, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू वेट फॉर दॅट 0.64. म्हणजे 10 डेज झाले की आपण लगेच नंतर काय करणार, आफ्टर 10 डेज वी विल गो फॉर द इरिगेशन. दॅट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ द सेम. ओके, इज इट क्लिअर? सर्वांच्या लक्षात आलेलं आहे? आय होप सो. We'll consider the next example as like this. After how many days will you supply the water to the soil? That is a red soil we are assuming over here. Red soil. In order to ensure the sufficient irrigation of the given crop, if the field capacity we are assuming it as a 21%, permanent wilting coefficient will consider it as a 17%. थोडंसं जास्त घेऊयात, 17%. Density of the soil. Now which unit you want to go for? Density of the soil. Instead of that we will consider the specific gravity. Instead of the density we will consider the specific gravity of a soil. Specific gravity of the soil, we'll assume it as a 1.5 only. Okay, specific gravity of the soil as a 1.5. Effective root zone depth, as the red earth is there means their depth will be the somewhat more, so we'll consider it as a up to the 80 centimeters. We'll assume over here 80 centimeter as a root zone depth. Then daily consumptive use of water for a given crop, we'll consider that the orchard is there in कोणतीतरी फळबाग आहे असं आपण अजून करूया, म्हणजे कन्झम्पटिव्ह यूज जास्त असेल. विल अज्युम दॅट कन्झम्पटिव्ह यूज ॲज अ 17 millimeters. Okay, that will be fine with this 17 millimeters. Okay, now this example we have prepared at our own. Okay, so now with this we have to find out after how many days we'll go for the irrigation. Be fast. Okay, so DW निकलने के हमें क्या चाहिए, अभी ऑप्टिमम मॉइस्चर कंटेंट चाहिए। ऑप्टिमम मॉइस्चर कंटेंट यानी कि क्या होता है, तो वो फील्ड कैपेसिटी, अपर लिमिट ऑफ अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर माइनस द रेडिली अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर। अभी रेडिली अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर यानी कि क्या होता है, जो फील्ड कैपेसिटी है, अपर लिमिट ऑफ अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर एंड लोअर लिमिट ऑफ अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर, दैट इज अ परमानेंट विल्टिंग पॉइंट वी कैन से। इन दोनों के बीच में जो मॉइस्चर रहती है, वो मॉइस्चर अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर रहती है क्रॉप के लिए, लेकिन उसमें से पूरा के पूरा मॉइस्चर क्रॉप एब्सॉर्ब नहीं कर सकता है। जब उसका मैग्नीट्यूड कम होता जाता है, यानी कि फील्ड कैपेसिटी के वक्त 21% है और विल्टिंग के वक्त वो 17% है, ओके, यानी कि जब वो 17% तक जाएगा तब वो क्रॉप के लिए मॉइस्चर एक्सट्रैक्ट करने के लिए ज्यादा सक्शन फोर्स यानी कि निगेटिव फोर्स एक्सर्ट करना पड़ेगा, और वहां पे वो क्रॉप जो है वो कैपेबल नहीं रहेगा टू हैव एंड दैट मॉइस्चर। तो हम क्या करते हैं, उन दोनों के बीच में जो भी मॉइस्चर है उसमें से 70 to 80% जो मॉइस्चर रहेगा, दैट वी आर अज्यूमिंग इट एज एन रेडिली अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर। यानी कि जब भी एग्जांपल में नहीं दिया रहता है कि आफ्टर हाउ मच परसेंट वी हैव टू गो फॉर इरिगेट, देन इन दैट केस वी हैव टू अज्यूम इट एज एन 80%, यानी कि 80% से कम मॉइस्चर हो गया तो हमें वहां पे इरिगेशन करने का है। Okay, so what we are here we have assumed that on the same line, that is assuming readily available moisture to the crop is 80% of available moisture. So available moisture क्या है, field capacity minus wilting coefficient है। तो यहाँ पे field capacity कितना है हमारा, 21 है। Just do the calculations now, which is a 21% field capacity minus wilting coefficient 17% है, 0.17। यहाँ पे हमने परसेंटेज मैंने नहीं ले लिया है क्योंकि डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे आ जाएगा। ओके, सो 0.21 माइनस 0.17 यानी कि ये आएगा 0.04%, यानी कि बहुत कम है, 0.04। ओके, 0.04 यानी कि 4% हो गया अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर। नाउ रेडिली अवेलेबल मॉइस्चर इज 80% ऑफ दैट, बहुत कम आएगा ये भी। और कितना आएगा अभी, 0.8, कि जो भी आएगा वी विल गो फॉर 0.04 का 80%, सो 0.8 इंटू 0.04, तो 0.04 इंटू 0.8, it comes to be sorry 0.032, isn't it? Means 3.2% we can say, that is a readily available moisture. It means so less because we have assumed as in the red soil and we have changed the data also herein, and for red soil we are knowing that its drainage capacity is so good, it means it drains the moisture or the water so easily. Okay, so on that same lines we have assumed the data. So now go for the optimum moisture content, that is MO. How to go for field capacity minus readily available moisture? So field capacity is a 0.27 minus the readily available moisture is a 0.032, 0.032, 0.27 minus 0.032, that comes to be 0.238, 0.238. It's a optimum moisture content, means whatever the moisture is there in, out of that lower limit for the moisture which will be absorbed by the crops, or that a crop which has been grown over there, or plant, or we have considered orchard, means the plant which is there in, for that lower limit is a 23 point, how come it's to be 0.27, 0.21, sorry, 0.21, that is a field capacity, 0.21 minus 0.032, it is a 0.178, 0.178, means 17.8% is a lower limit for the moisture which will be absorbed by the crops from the available moisture we can say. Okay, sorry. Now from this we have to find out the DW. Okay, so we'll go for that DW now. It is a gamma D sorry, gamma d by gamma w into depth of the root zones into field capacity minus optimum moisture content, that is equals to gamma d by gamma w ratio is given as a 1.5. So one you may consider or you may not go for 1.5 into root zone depth we have considered as an 80 centimeters. Please do check it's correct one or wrong. I think so it's correct one, 80 centimeters. Then field capacity is a 21%, and optimum moisture content we have calculated as a 0.178. 0.178. Now you will get the dw here in depth of the water for that root zones and all those things. That is a 1.5 into 80 into 0.21 minus 0.178. That is a 3.84 centimeters only. Okay, it's only 3.84 centimeters depth of the water will be used by the plants for their growth. Now from this dw we have to find out the frequency of a irrigation. Now how to go for, now this is an after irrigation means जब आप वो क्रॉप को इरिगेट करेंगे तब जो मॉइस्चर क्रॉप के लिए अवेलेबल रहेगा वो क्रॉप एब्सॉर्ब करेगा, वो रहेगा 3.84 dw फॉर दैट ऑल दोस कंडीशंस, यानी कि जो उसका रूट जोन डेप्थ डी है और देन रिलेटिव डेंसिटी एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स जो भी है उसके हिसाब से। अभी वो क्रॉप जो है वो क्रॉप क्या कर रहा है, पर डे उसके कंजम्पटिव यूज के लिए 1.7 सेंटीमीटर उतना पानी ले रहा है, यानी कि 1.7 सेंटीमीटर डेप्थ वाटर वो ले रहा है। तो हमें कितने दिनों के बाद इरिगेशन करना पड़ेगा? सो dw इज नाउ हियर 3.84, पुट ऑफ द मैग्नीट्यूड्स ओवर हियर 3.84 upon 1.7, that is a daily use. So it comes to be 3.84 by 1.7. It comes to be 2.25. 2.25 days. It means that we will be required to go for irrigation or application of the water to that crop after 2 days only. So that means the frequency of irrigation is so high, we can say. दर 2 दिवसाला आपल्याला त्या क्रॉपला इरिगेशन करावं लागेल, जेणेकरून जे काही क्रॉप आहे तिथं that will not get wilt. That is the idea behind that.